The tree of liberty has been thirsty for too long. I am the spark, the powder, the match, the shot that rang, the line in the patch. I am the night they tossed the tea, the oath they swore to die free. You can chain my hands, you can break my bones, but you'll never own my soul. I am the fire in the midnight sky, the reason tyrants die. I am 1776, lightning, thunder, iron, and grit. Every musket, every fist. I am 1776. Oh, 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 oh. I am 1776. I am the flag they tried to burn, the shot that made the empire turn. I am the rebel, the Minuteman, the ink that wrote we can. We hold these truths, hear my boots on the cobblestone, hear my war cry, shake the throne, hear my drum, you know it's near, your reign of fear ends here. I am 1776, lightning, thunder, iron, and grit, every musket, every fist. I am 1776. Oh, 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 oh. I am 1776.
Hello, it's Monday morning. Yes, George.
What are you screaming for?
I don't know. Why not? Why you yell?
I don't know. What,
I don't know. You get excited and yell, and I got excited and said, "It's Monday morning." That way, everybody's woken up if they're watching. Yeah, Stacy was famous. She was on TV this weekend on Rav for going to a wedding. I don't know who got married though.
oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Not only do we give her airtime, Rav gives her airtime too. How the hell that works?
Yeah, well, you know how it is.
Yes, I know. So, ready for a prayer this morning? We can get going?
Yep.
All right. Let's see. The steadfast love of the Lord never ceases. His mercies never come to an end. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. So that's Lamentations 3:22-23.
Lamentations.
Yeah. Lamentations. Am I saying that right or am I saying that wrong?
No, it's wrong. I never heard.
Lamentation. Lamentations. Lamentations. Is that how you would say it? Because you're.
I just say it. I don't know.
So you're just starting out first thing Monday morning.
I'm just saying. I'm not trying to pick on you. I just couldn't. I can't. I
didn't say tithing right, and somebody picked on me on TikTok for it and said they wouldn't watch my video because I didn't know how to pronounce tithing. And I'm like, well, then you probably wouldn't understand the video anyways, you dunce. So it don't matter. She knew what I meant. So she knew what I was pronouncing, and I corrected myself on air when I said it wrong here. Tithing or tithing.
You just got a good point. That makes a Brooklyn or Bronx guy how to pronounce anything.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I know. I can understand you most of the time.
But
once in a while that I have to go, what?
No, but I know most of the books. That's what I'm trying to tell. I don't.
It's a book of the Bible. Otherwise, I wouldn't have the verse.
Was it the Old Testament? Was it Old Testament?
I don't know. Look it up. You got Google.
How you
So,
spell
yeah,
it?
so you're going to do it. We got to do the pledge. We've got to quit fooling around. Quit fooling around. Ready for the pledge?
Boy, I can't challenge a woman for nothing. Go ahead.
Yeah, you bit that apple, buddy. Not me.
I'm paying first.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, no. Now I got to get myself back.
Acclimated.
Huh?
I say I have to get myself acclimated.
Yeah, me too. So severe weather outbreak in my area today. Yep, in Tiagi's area. Anybody else in Illinois, Indiana, and Missouri? It's going to be a fun afternoon and a fun night tonight. So I better have your weather radios. That's all I can say. So
It's going to be a.
it's going to be a rock and rolling day. Thunder, lightning, wind.
How did everybody like the events for this weekend?
Oh, I did. I thought it was just so fun.
Unbelievable.
You know, there's a picture of the shooter that's been going around that I know nobody's seen, and Trump took it too. And I couldn't believe it when I seen it. I don't know what you were doing, George.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yes, you're welcome. That's for the sake. That's payback. Yeah, so I got like a timeline video of everything that happened with the shooting. You want to talk about it first? Or you want me to play the timeline thing?
Well, between TikTok and everybody on Facebook, because of the press secretary made a statement that bullets were going to be flying. That took off like she knew about what was going to happen. My thing is that number one, I stayed at a hotel where Trump had to speak, right? And they took over all the rooms. All the rooms were, banned and everything else. The only ones that could have been in that hotel are the ones that were going to be invited to the event. And they had everybody, whoever walked in, check the suitcases and everything else. This guy got in at Friday. He checked in Friday. Mm-hmm. So now you walk into a hotel with a shotgun, a pistol, and a couple of knives. So I think Secret Service failed on that one, because anybody that walked into that hotel those days, maybe 2 days before, should have been scanned or something like that. So I think that's a big no-no.
Well, you brought up a really good point on your live this morning about if they're going to have events like that, why didn't they buy out all the rooms?
That's what they did.
I thought that was a really good point. And it's the White House Correspondents, I think, is the one that pays for that. Don't they pay like $500 a ticket too to go, plus their rooms? And I saw Kennedy off the 5 too. She got a room there last minute, and she said it wasn't even a problem. Nobody questioned her one bit. And then I saw Bill Maloogian saying that they were walking right in and just, flipping their invitation. So I don't know, because I wasn't there, but there's like, a lot of stuff going on. The hotel thing, that was a good point.
The whole thing is the other one is about, that a lot of people are talking about this one here. I know you have a timeline, but I want to show this picture here if it comes up. Some problems with my thing here. I don't know what the hell's going on. Oh, again. Hold on a second. Everybody's complaining, why did JD Vance get taken out first? Well, it's exactly where the majority of the Secret Service guys were at. So here, let me put this photo up.
Yeah, I put my timeline up by now.
Yeah. Well, let me put that up first. Now you see, they all came in that way. So JD Vance is there at the entrance where all the Secret Service came in. They had Secret Service on the other side. but he was besides Trump was like a little bit older and moving. JD Vance is younger, so it looks like he was pulled out quicker, but it wasn't that. It's the way the time was done and everything else. So that's one mystery that's I think solved because of what I'm pointing out. The other thing is that nobody panicked and screamed, which was very good. A lot of people hid under the tables and everything else.
Yeah, the other thing is, like, they're saying that Trump moved slowly and fell, but that wasn't what happened. Melania was on the ground. And he was grabbing her and trying to shield her while the Secret Service was pulling him. So he didn't fall. I seen some of the other footage. So I just wanted to clarify because people were saying in the chat that they thought he fell, but no, Melania.
I was going to say that because
Were you?
I was saying about the statement about him, he moved slower than the other one. But what he did is he jumped on Melania because she was on the floor first.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that was very nice of him.
Very nice. Well, he should. It's his wife, for crying out loud.
Well, it was very nice of him. Usually.
Did you see what RFK did to his wife, Cheryl? This is funny. I should have downloaded the picture. Secret Service got him and they were moving him. And he left her behind, and she's running behind him, and she was yelling, "What the fuck, Robbie?" Because he didn't grab her when he was going. But that's exactly what she said. "What the fuck, Robbie?" But they got to protect the cabinet members. She should have been a little bit faster. I don't know. I think it was just kind of funny.
Metal plates in front of him. Well, they got to make him wear. Now he's got to wear. He's got to wear bulletproof now. I think from now on, any place he's going to speak. Again, those plastic things are going to come out. That barrier that they put in front of him when he speaks and everything else. But I don't. That's and it's one of the other things that they'll say that it's a good idea if they do the ballroom. Put the ballroom there, because for that one of the good reasons about that. But the whole thing is that everybody. They had to get the cabinet out. They don't care about the wives too much. The Secret Service would have took Trump out right away and left his wife behind because their mission is to protect the president. And so is the same thing with the vice president. They got to take them out, and they don't care about the wives at all because that was.
I just thought, what the fuck, Robbie? It was hilarious.
But that's why, because the secret they got to get the cabinet out and everything else. They don't care about the wives. You can get married again.
It was just so human, to hear her yelling that. You know what I mean? Because I would have, if you would have ran out and left me back, I'd have been, "What the fuck, George?" I would have said the same thing,
Yeah, but the whole thing is, what he said, and she said she speaks. She's funny. I mean, she used to be a. She used to be a comic and stuff. So I mean.
Yeah, I used to watch her on Larry with Larry David. She was on that. I can't remember the name of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, she was on that. I thought she was hilarious.
But I mean, she all of them had points. I think one of the things were funny was this. Yeah, hold on. But.
Curb your enthusiasm. Thank you, Tammy.
Yeah, I'm glad people remember.
I know. Sometimes I have a brain fart like that, and I can't remember. It's like
look how calm the news media, all the news correspondents that were there. Look how calm they were. She's stealing a bottle of champagne. They were very calm.
Come to talk with you. Because a vision softly.
Isn't that amazing how nice?
Yeah.
Left its scenes while I was sleeping.
They all look, they're all drinking there. We all got a bottle of wine and champagne. But the thing is, on those bottles they have.
Well, I don't think that was part of the correspondence dinner. Oh, Skunk's been in the basement because of all the tornado sirens. Thanks, Skunk, because it's heading this way. Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
But I'm just saying is that the things that happen, it's just they were very calm. I think, people.
Did you hear about the guy that kept eating his salad? He was sitting at the table and he kept eating his salad while everybody was underneath the table. And he was on an interview and they asked him, they said, well, why did you do that? And he said, well, first of all, he said, I wanted to finish eating what I was eating. He says, and I'm a germaphobe. He says, I'm not getting on that dirty floor. He says, no way. And he said, I got a bad back and I can't get up either.
Well, one of the congressmen carried out, and it's because he had a foot surgery, so that's what he was carried out.
That's the one we were. I think that's the one I said something to you about. I said I seen him.
Yeah.
He had his. Yeah, he had a sock.
He had that. He had that neat, that wheel, the contraption that you put your knee on, you can roll around, but the Secret Service couldn't make it take it there. There were a lot of people in there, so they had to carry him and get him out. They were
climbing over the tables.
Yeah, no. I think they didn't panic that bad, so that was pretty good. So, but I'm just saying, it's the way the whole thing is that the Secret Service failed. They should have made.
Hello. Good morning, everybody.
You got to do that right away.
Maybe I should have more like that.
Well, we were talking about them stealing the bottles of liquor, and about why J.D. Vance was taken out first. It's because the Secret Service was closer to that area than the other area.
That and Cheryl Hines yelling, "What the fuck, Robbie?" when they were taking RFK out and they left her behind.
RFK was hungry; he didn't eat. Apparently,
I gotta see him eating the salad.
You didn't see the guy eating the salad?
No, I didn't see that.
George?
No.
I seen that one. It was late last night when I seen that one. But
put your time. You want to put your timeline on?
Yeah, I'll put my timeline on. It'll start from like what was going on. I got some good stuff. It was like from the beginning to the end, and it ends with a stupid ass.
They say that guy.
Yeah, that's when they were doing the joke or doing the commensurate.
Yeah, that guy there is he reads people's minds, but they brought out a paper about something. So that's why they had that expression on her face.
There was the shots, the boom, 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 boom.
Now the shot came up.
You're just finding out now.
Who that guy was?
What? He's one of these famous mind readers, or he tells you exactly what you're thinking, put it on the paper, and he'll hold it close. And that's what he got, Trump. He didn't get somebody famous enough. I don't understand why they didn't throw the tables over. That's what I would have done. Throw the tables over, get behind the table. If anybody's shooting.
Yeah, that probably would have been a good idea. Maybe these guys, they probably didn't want to lose all their wine bottles. This is where they caught the guy. This was going on at the same time outside. Towards the end, you'll see him on the floor. He was right in the doors behind the ballroom.
Where's it coming from? Left, downstairs. Where's it coming from? Over there. Where's it coming from? Watch your crossfire! Look out!
Bro, somebody go.
Watch you see him on the floor behind those big doors.
Everybody stay down, We got one down.
What the?
Oh my God! Stay down, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, stay down. Where's that at?
And the National Guard's going to have weapons.
See him down there? He's on the ground. The cop's right on him.
Now
He
they
was
said
fast. I videoed him running. He was fast, wasn't he?
He was a sprinter.
Like a deer.
all right, they said shots were fired, but what happened was because of
And this is what was going on while they were on the other side, getting him, because this was after the shots were already fired. And they had the other guy on the ground. You're a journalist. They're all filming. Coming here.
They are. They're coming.
Katie, do you have all your stuff?
I'm fine. So.
That's Katie Miller they're talking about right there.
there's the NBC guy, right?
There's Cheryl and the RFK.
Yeah, he's gone. Oh, that's Steve Miller, right, with the full head?
Yeah, Holden his wife. Yeah, Holden. Yeah, that was who they were saying about Katie.
Yeah, see, they gotta get all the cabinet members.
Go to your right. Go to your right.
Go on top of the platform.
There's Pete and his wife.
Sorry, you can't afford a tuxedo? Pete, I told you.
Feeding all them kids. And this is outside.
They said this was the fastest that car ever went. Oh, look at this red.
Yeah,
Red for her.
she crashed the car.
I have that. Carrot. She's got that Palestinian around her neck. See it?
Hey, you guys.
Adios, bitch. They can go to jail.
You go to jail. What did I do? I didn't do that. She rushed the car.
Yeah.
There shouldn't have been anybody there. They should have had no protesters there at all. They should have done it like a long time ago. They had them like 2 miles away.
Yeah, that's why I showed that, because that's how, I mean, she
That's bullshit.
was going right up to the car.
Yeah, but that's the back where they were at.
About 4
That's the back of the hotel, which they have access to the doors back there. That's bullshit.
Yeah, you should have had him. They should have him out of there.
No, they shouldn't have had him there at all. They should not have been around the whole hotel at all. And that's bullshit. You got to bullshit about the protesters. Freedom of speech. Bullshit. You could scream all you want. You could 2 miles away. You could scream.
Bring up those protesters. I seen some. There were some crazy ones there. One had there was one holding a sign up, "Death to the tyrants."
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they're just these people are nuts. They think they're so noble, and they're so. It's all brought on by the media.
I said that.
And the Democrat. I mean, look at the rhetoric in Congress and everything else.
Hold on. Yeah, this is what. Yeah, let me. Since you said that, I want to play this video here, which it shows. Yeah, this one. Yeah.
Before you play that, Hakeem Jeffries on Wednesday. On Wednesday, right? Here he is. Let me just show you this real quick.
Yeah.
And then you can play whatever you want to play, but just to set the
this will be good right after your thing. I know what you're
here he is right here. And if you look at the backdrop, what's it say? Maximum warfare everywhere all the time, right? And he's saying that kind of stuff. I mean, their words matter. And if these were Republicans saying that, they'd be blasted as, white supremacists and all kind of stuff. It would be ridiculous. I mean, the rhetoric has just got to change with these people. So
play that video, please.
What? I know. I got one that'll go too with it.
Yeah.
Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans represent an extremism that threatens the very foundations of our republic.
Are they a threat to democracy? Yes. Are they going to take our rights away? Yes. Are they going to put people's lives in danger? Yes. Are they going to endanger the planet by not dealing with climate change? Yes.
People need to start taking to the streets. This is a dictator.
I just don't even know why there aren't uprisings all over the country. Maybe there will be.
She's a genuine danger to American security.
They're still going to have to go out and put a bullet in Donald Trump, and that's a fact.
We have to preserve our democracy, or speak out against lies and hate.
There needs to be unrest in the streets for as long as there's unrest in our lives.
Have a consistent narrative about how dangerous Trump is.
President Biden has been clear-eyed about the threat that the former president represents to our democracy. Donald Trump is an existential threat to our democracy and our most fundamental freedoms.
Kamala needs to stop saying that President Trump is a threat to democracy. It's now being received by some unhinged people as a call to action. Enough is enough.
Donald Trump and
I remember that one. I think we played that about a month ago.
No, but that's all in a nutshell. I mean, look at the shit that they spew, and they expect, oh, we don't do that. When we have rallies, okay, before Trump got elected, they had the rallies. Biden was president. They didn't say too much stuff that Biden should get shot or everything else like that. We had the flags that said Trump 2024 and freedom to America, freedom of speech, and all these other signs. They have the no king's up, and what they got is fascist. He's a fascist, pedophile. Everything they say about him is like, and it just doesn't fucking stop. Then they want to know why people retaliate the way they are.
Well, this is Hassan Piker, and this is what he said not too long ago, and it's pretty bad.
Well, my understanding is that the property owners who have properties there choose just not to rent it at all.
Yeah, kill them. Kill those motherfuckers and murder those motherfuckers in the street. Let the streets soak in their fucking red capitalist bloods, dude.
And they say they don't do rhetoric. Give me a freaking break. So it's that kind of shit that whips everybody up.
Is this the guy they're calling the Joe Rogan of the left?
Yeah. That's the one with Jessica that was pictured with Jessica Tarloff and everything. And Trump did 60 Minutes last night.
But I just going back to that guy real quick before you go over. I've never heard Joe Rogan ever say that there should be streets of blood. Okay, no. So to compare, the only reason why they're comparing with Joe Rogan is obviously because I guess he's got some popularity with the leftists, and that's scary. Somebody should be on that guy, investigating that guy, because that's a scary situation there.
Yeah. Well, and 60 Minutes was whipping it up last night, too.
Quote, administration officials, they are targets. And so-called manifesto is a stunning thing to read, Mr. President. He appears to reference a motive in it. He writes this, quote, administration officials, they are targets. And he also wrote this, I am no longer willing to permit a pedophile, rapist, and traitor to coat my hands with his crimes. What's your reaction to that?
Well, I was waiting for you to read that because I knew you would, because you're horrible people, horrible people. Yeah, he did write that. I'm not a rapist. I didn't rape anybody.
Do you think he was referring to you?
Excuse me. I'm not a pedophile. You read that crap from some sick person. I got associated with all stuff that has nothing to do with me. I was totally exonerated. Your friends on the other side of the plate are the ones that were involved with, let's say, Epstein or other things. But I said to myself, I'll do this interview and they'll probably, I read the manifesto, he's a sick person, but you should be ashamed of yourself reading that because I'm not any of those things.
Mr. President,
and
these
I was
are
never,
the gunman's words.
Excuse me. You shouldn't be reading that on 60 Minutes. You're a disgrace. But go ahead. Let's finish the interview.
The other thing that he wrote in the other thing in the manifesto.
She instead of toning down the rhetoric, they turned around right on Sunday night and started up again. And she's giving credence to this guy even saying anything. So anybody that watches 60 Minutes is going to listen to Nora O'Donnell. And they're going to go, oh, there's Trump. He's the rapist. He's the pedophile. Even if he denies it, because these people just keep repeating this garbage over and over again.
There's sick people that believe that because their TV told them so, right? Because they've heard something on TV. Sick people. And yeah, I mean, I was glad that he kind of got right in her face about it. But again, I love Trump, but he doesn't explain himself right. He sat there and says your friends on your side. He should have named them. He should have dropped names. He never explains himself 100%. Well, not never, but there's times he doesn't explain himself 100% properly. That's a time he should have dropped names. He should have named names. Instead of saying your friends, kind of like when Leslie Stahl, go get the papers, right? When he said that on 60 Minutes, people are like, what the freak you talking about, get the papers? That's a similar situation. He should have dropped names. He should have said, your friends, Bill Clinton. He should have went right through to people. So did you hear it? Apparently there's a report that I guess her husband owns a restaurant somewhere in the D.C. area. And ICE went and did a raid there last year, some back in May, and I guess took some employees. So I guess maybe she's got a little issue with the Trump administration.
Yeah, but that Hassan Piker, the stuff that he says is just, I would classify it as seditious and as a threat. I mean, he's telling everybody to go out and put blood in the streets.
Inciting violence. That's yeah.
George had a post over the weekend, about these guys and everything. And it's the 10 years or more of them putting this crap out, spewing it over and over and over again. What did they think is going to happen when you have psychotic people that live in this country and watch that stuff and they hear that message for over 10 years? It's going to trigger them, and they damn well know it. And they'll still do it. And that's what the shame of it is. I've made it a point, like, why can't they take some of these people like Hassan Piker that would say something like that? And when something happens directly because of what he said, charge them as an accessory. I realize we have the First Amendment, but there's a point. You can't yell fire in a crowded theater, and you can't be yelling put blood in the streets when you got psychotic people that watch TV. I put the two as kind of the same thing. I don't see a difference between the two.
Well, I think you got to be, kind of careful too. Like I said, the platform, right? So you're mentioning that guy. He's inciting violence. He's got people that listen to him.
Mm-hmm.
When you start inciting violence, and he's got and he has a larger audience than a lot of people have, right? I've never listened to him, but I just, I've been hearing about him the last couple of weeks. But apparently he's got a pretty large audience, and I guess some of the craziness will get him even more of an audience, unfortunately, right?
Well, yeah, because it's sensational. I mean, he it's like a tag. It's the shock value of what he says too. We look how careful we are. If George says he wants to start unaliving people, we make it a point to say, yeah, you might not want to say that. We have to quantify it. He's just talking.
And the couple will come out and talk to him.
But you have to be mindful of your words. Words carry meaning, and people react to that stuff. And that's what's so scary.
Absolutely. The violence, the political violence is all coming from really one side. Yep. There's no two sides to this. There's no, they're trying to say Trump needs to tone down his rhetoric. He don't have the rhetoric. He's speaking facts, and that's where, that's what they don't like, the facts. The old saying, truth hurts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And
let's say something, George. I think I make.
No, that's fine. I'm okay.
I think he's looking for clips or something. I think
I did. I put a
hopefully not toenail clips.
You want to, I don't know what you got there, George. I seen that one, but I can't remember what it is. But I got
the one with, what's his name? The guy from CNN, the Republican. He started about Virginia.
Scott Jennings.
Yeah, Scott Jennings. Yeah.
Okay, I got that, and I got Raskin on State of the Union. So which one do you want me to go first with? Because
do Raskin, and then we'll go to this one. That's
Okay,
fine.
this. Okay, Raskin is the. Yeah, let me put this up for. I gotta tell you this one first. Did you know Liz Cheney was having an affair with Jamie Raskin during the January 6th shit, and it all came out now, and
Why?
her husband filed
Why?
for divorce?
Why? Why?
Why would any of them do either of them? I don't know.
Wait, this has got to be a joke.
No, it's not a joke. Liz
Look at my
Cheney and Jamie
calendar.
Raskin were having an affair during the January 6th stuff when they were
That
investigating
little
all that. And
Yeah,
now
you said little
Liz Cheney's going for a divorce. Yeah.
Wow, that little Raskin him, really.
Yeah, I've been there, rescue there. Huh?
Now we can start calling him foreskin instead of ratskin.
Wow.
Think twice about that when something like this happens?
What rhetoric do you have in mind?
Just talking about some of the fact that he, is terrible for this country and so on and so forth. I understand that that's your democratic right, but overall, do you
I have
have a
no
responsibility?
personal problem with Donald Trump at all. I mean, I talk about the policies of this administration, the authoritarianism like we saw on display in Minneapolis, where 2 of our citizens were gunned down in the streets simply for exercising their First Amendment rights. Renee Good, Alex Preddy, and others have died in custody. I'm talking about policies. I don't personalize it, and I certainly have never called the press the enemy of the people. I think the press are the people's best friend, and that's why it's written right there into the First Amendment. We need the press to be a vigilant watchdog against every level of government, federal, state, local, all of it.
You're not going to get an argument from me on that.
Yeah.
Who clapped him in the eye?
Talk
Who
about
clapped him in the eye?
I'd like to know, pal. I hope it was me in my dream.
Maybe it was Liz Cheney's husband.
Oh, what a piece
Isn't that gross? I thought it was a joke, and I was like, no, it's
I can't believe that. I can't believe
it's in the divorce.
He had cancer at the time too, and he's doing
the guy's going through chemo, and he's finding time to go and.
I don't know. Maybe
he was living life to the fullest.
It just
talk about injections.
Show you, he's a very honorable man.
Yeah, honorable.
That's why we call him Ratskin instead of Raskin.
Yeah.
But now I just call him. I don't know. I think it's gross because who would do Liz Cheney and then who would do him? I mean, I guess that's why they're together.
Well, there's someone for everyone.
That is true. That is true.
It's amazing. Like Sola says about what do you call the guy that aggravated the ICE agents in the car, kicking everything else, pulling all that stuff. The other woman that tried to hit the ICE agent with the car, and he defended himself by shooting. They were heroes. Like the same thing they did with what's his name, right?
Floyd, George Floyd.
Yep.
Yeah. Isn't that magic? I can read your mind.
Yeah, thank you.
You should be Oz the Mentalist.
I told everybody. I said, "What do you call it? Dementia was was founded by an Italian." Hey, did I mention to you before? That's what they call it, dementia.
Should be called the what do you call it?
Yeah, the what do you.
You can ask him and he might tell you.
Yeah. Play the video.
Oh.
I got time here. Stop with the.
Virginia ought to vote no on this, if for no other reason than their radical governor flat lied to them. She told them during her campaign she had no interest in partisan gerrymandering. She wasn't going to push this. And it's the very first thing that she did. When I hear Barack Obama say, oh, this will be a temporary redistricting, all I can hear is Barack Obama saying, if you like your doctor, you can keep your doctor. He lied then. He's lying now. If the Democrats take this map from 6-5 in a 50-50 state to a 10-1 map and put every congressional district under the control of a Democrat who lives in Fairfax County in Northern Virginia, it will be a travesty. It will be a tragedy for a state that has had a tradition of being a very balanced, kind of a bipartisan, nonpartisan state, and it's going to be run by radical Democrats forever. There'll be nothing temporary about this.
So if it's not clear, we're going to find out tomorrow if Virginians really believe in democracy, because they have an opportunity to not only stop this madness, but prevent the outcome, which would be a 10-1 advantage for Democrats. 10 districts for Democrats, 1 district for Republicans, if the yes measure passes. Okay, so let's go a little deeper with their level of delusion. Tim Kaine ends up justifying this whole nonsense, even though the data says that majority of Virginians are not Democrats. Take a listen.
90% of Virginians are not Democrats. That's true.
Correct.
But about 100% of Virginians want election results to be respected. We're deeply worried that Donald Trump will try to interfere with the election results this November or in 2028, because we saw him do it before. And we have to have a Congress that will stand up to it. In 2021, all 5 Republicans in Virginia went along with Donald Trump in his effort to overturn election results. And so we're giving Virginians a chance to vote, which Republican states have not done, about whether they want to have a congressional delegation that will stand up against Donald Trump's tyranny.
What a crock of shit.
Yeah, can we go back? I got one thing I wanted to put up. I thought we were still talking about the shooting.
Oh, no, I just had to bring that up at the control. Okay. Yeah.
I know. No, we'll go back to that. But this is good. This is our president, why we love him.
Once again, you missed. I'm still your president for another 3 years. MAGA.
It's true.
That's
I
funny.
just wanted to say that.
Just sent me that. That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Yeah, they're talking about, I saw the divorce papers on TikTok, and there was an amendment in there that said they were having a divorce. So I don't know, maybe somebody added that into the divorce papers, but I saw it. So that's all I'm saying. Go back to that now. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, it's fine. I just the words that he said that we cheated in 2024 with the elections. That's what he was saying. The statement that he made. And to make a statement that there's 90% of the people in Virginia are Republicans, and how the hell did that woman get elected? It's because of that one section.
Fairfax County, they hold their results. They report late. They're finding votes. They're creating votes. That's what happens. Chris Sepulveda put a great question in the chat based on that video of Tim Kaine. He says, "What's the difference between overturning election results and getting it right?"
That's right.
I mean, if they're so afraid of looking at the fraud, if the numbers are correct and everything's legit, they should say, "Bring on an investigation and let's prove to you." So there is no questions. But
they haven't done anything. They haven't done anything with that. They're all caught with the money. And then what's her name? Omar became a magician. How $30 million disappeared. And well, it was 29 million. Then $10,000 disappeared because she had $30 million net worth, and then also went down to 90,000. So I mean, and the money was the money's guaranteed. The money that she must have took out, she must have sent it to Somalia, and all that money that came back. They said a lot of money came back from Somalia to the Democrats over here. But
it always does. It always does. It's a boomerang. It's a boomerang effect. They release the funds. They go out, right? They sprinkle. Everybody, like with the old mob days, everybody gets a taste, right? They all get a taste, but then a bunch of it comes back to the people that controlled it in the beginning, so you can keep them controlling the funds. That's what it's all about. Keep them in power, keep them controlling the funds, and there you go.
Now like they got all these congressional that are happening. I like to go to everybody's house and just stand there. We voted for you to represent us, and you're just like doing what the hell you want. Toon is doing what he wants to do. The SAVE Act ain't happening. Now they're saying that because of the Secret Service laid back so much is because the funding was cut down, which I can't figure that one out.
Well, remember, you just said something very interesting. Go to their house, like whatever, protest out front of their house. Remember they did that, and remember that the libs did that in with the justices.
Yeah,
and they try to change play the ref, so to say, as Trump always says.
Yeah, but that's the problem is we have to do that. I mean, we did that to a news channel down here. Started screaming at one of the local channels to tell them to tell the truth. We were out there with about, I think, with 60 people and stuff. I mean, that's what we have to do. The stuff with this fake news media, it's like out of control, and they don't. And they'll say now, oh, it's a shame this all happened, everything else. Now you got all the TikToks are coming out. Oh, it's a setup. He planned this like he planned Butler, and the whole thing just reverberates all over again.
So it's funny you say that about people talking about that he planned that or whatever, like he planned. But these people, they don't live in reality, right? They live in a made up universe. There's a gentleman that I'm friends with. Matter of fact, he used to sell Trump his vehicles. He used to work for Mercedes-Benz in Manhattan, and his sister years ago sent me a friend request, and she's got on Facebook. And she's got very crazy TDS, right? She'll always put posts on, and if somebody says something, she'll delete your comment, and she'll put, "This is my post." You know, one of them, like she wants to say something, but if you engage in any kind of conversation, whether she cuts you out. So it was funny. So the other night, about I want to say like 12 a.m. on Saturday night, she commented on Fox News site, and she put something to the effect of, Trump's ratings are down, and something else. And the Iran war is being lost. Let's stage a distraction. That's what she said, right? So I commented on it. I said, do you read what you write? I said, one, within a half hour, you found out this guy's a registered Democrat, that he's given to Kamala Harris, and he's a left-wing lunatic. And you think Trump playing this? I was like, your TDS is so horrible. You need to freaking really take a reality test. That's these people. There is no reality for them. There really isn't.
They found out. Well, look how they did it. They got a picture of him with the IDF shirt on. You know, the Israeli defense fighters, right? And a whole flag. They have that up. Then they have another one that he was a very smart person. Where did he graduate from?
Caltech.
Caltech. And he was up with propulsion, right?
Did you say
he was a mechanical engineer, and he worked on propulsion and everything before he was a teacher. I want to dig into that a little bit more, but I was going with the shooting this weekend. I got.
No. I'm just bringing up what I'm saying.
He was smart. He was a very.
But what I'm saying is, I brought him up because of all the stuff other people are bringing out, and then Caroline, right? Well, look what Caroline. They only took the clip out about. She said about there's going to be bullets flying around, and that was it. Oh, she knew about the whole plan already. When they
Caroline Levitt said there's going to be shots fired or something like that.
Yeah, she was just talking like in an analogy.
I know, but no.
Then the nutballs came out and said, "Oh, she knew something was going to happen."
It was all planned.
Yeah, she must have. She let the plan slip. She's, But
of all people.
Yeah,
she doesn't make any mistakes.
They would do. The nutballs are all out in line thinking that this was all a ploy and set up so that Trump could get his ballroom.
Oh, that woman that
you talk about bullshit.
But to go back to what George just said, just because I don't know if everybody knows that. So Caroline Levitt was interviewed on I believe it was Friday. She was outside the White House there talking to reporters, and she mentioned about Saturday night. She was talking about Trump's speech, is what she was talking about. How he was going to roast the media, I guess, in a way or whatever. And she says shots. There will be shots fired or something like that.
No, she said that Saturday before the correspondence.
Was it Saturday? Okay, I thought it was Friday, but anyway, she said something like the shots were going to be fired, meaning that Trump was going to do,
come out with
shots at the media, not in a nasty way, but more in a roasting.
In other words, he knows how to break balls, Trump. So he
exactly,
a great job.
Exactly.
That's what she
right
should
away,
have said.
And right away, she should have said that. Yeah, he's going to break their balls.
Yeah. BAWLS.
Balls.
But Caroline Levitt should have said, we defer to George Colella for the statement. And George came on, Trump's going to break your balls.
Yeah. Right. Well, they were talking about the press was all going to do a walkout and everything, and they were all supposed to band together and go after him when they did their speeches. And some of them, like Margaret Brennan had pin on her dress.
He had that pocket shirt. The guy had the pocket shirt on. What's his name? That jerk off.
The pocket squares. Jake Tapper had pocket squares. Something about.
Yeah.
They're wearing
it out, and he had a protest thing. Yeah.
Yeah, like somebody's going to be able to read all of that from on the stage when you've got like, a whole paragraph on a pocket.
But the whole thing is, it doesn't matter because what happens is they make a statement, and all the other SEALs that are in there, all the SEALs that are in the audience, which are majority to the left.
There you go, SEALs.
The left, that's how they are. That doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all.
Speaking about that, this goes right along with what you just said.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I know. I like that one because that is. They could have used SEALs, but the sheep is good too.
Here's something to continue about the shooting, but we'll do it after Sean talks, guys.
Did you see this Jimmy Kimmel's alternative White House correspondence dinner stuff?
Yeah, he had that. Yeah, he had the whole setup with the thing.
He said one thing. He said something about Melania being a widow or something. Then he had something else talk about Stephen Miller being a racist, white supremacist, baby Hitler. He called him or something.
Yeah, and he's Jewish.
I mean, it's just I again. I'm a believer of the First Amendment, 100%, all the amendments, right? But for ABC to even allow this guy to have a job is crazy. I just shake my head. I don't know what else to say. Yeah, but guys, you're going to say something.
Yeah, there's the Prince with talking about the shooting. He's got a couple of oil wells.
Yeah, we're just talking about Jimmy Kimmel being a twat.
Oh, he's a jerk.
To kill Trump at a gala dinner in Washington with multiple shots. The fourth attempt in less than 2 years. And only Arab families understand what is really happening. You deserve to hear the truth. The same Friday as the assassination attempt. Quietly, no cameras, no headlines. The United States authorized Venezuela to pay for Nicolas Maduro's lawyers. The same Maduro who has been sitting in a Brooklyn cell for months without a pillow, charged with narco-terrorism, awaiting a trial that could be the most explosive in history. Because Maduro is not just any drug trafficker, he is a man who for 20 years did business with presidents, with bankers, with politicians, with very powerful people inside the United States, people with names and last names who do not want those names spoken in a New York courtroom. And now the US government pays his lawyers not to defend him, to control him. The one who pays the lawyer controls the defense, and the one who controls the defense controls which names come out and which ones don't. Last night, every camera was pointed at the assassination attempt. Nobody asked which American politicians' names will never be spoken in that trial. The show is the attack. The real story is Maduro. Arab families have watched this pattern for centuries. Every time something explosive is about to surface, they give you something louder to look at. Your eyes go to the gunshots, while the real moves happen in courtrooms and back offices where no cameras are allowed. The assassination attempt dominates every headline for a week. Meanwhile, the most dangerous trial in American history is being quietly restructured so that the people who should be exposed never will be. This is how power protects itself, not with silence, but with noise. They don't hide the truth. They drown it under something bigger. While you're debating who tried to kill Trump, the families who understand how this financial game works are asking the only question that matters, whose names are being erased from that trial right now. If you're ready to stop falling for the distraction and start seeing the real moves behind every headline, comment Maduro below. I've spent years studying how the most powerful financial networks operate and how Arab families have learned to read every crisis for what it truly is. I put everything into one book so you can start seeing the world the way it actually works. It's waiting for you in the link in my profile.
Okie dokie.
Not bad, eh? Not bad.
No.
Everything is about the money.
Now we just freaking plugged an Arab.
What?
We plugged an Arab.
That's good. He's getting plugged as it is. Doesn't matter.
You should have cut it off before he
Did you see the link? The link wasn't there.
No, I don't. I'm razzing you. I'm just razzing you.
Oh, please get that there. Hey, how about the prayer room next to the St. Peter's? We do that one.
Oh, that makes me bad. That really. Well, Plus, we're talking about this. Let's remind everybody what a piece of shit Obama was. Okay, you ready? I am.
We are no longer a Christian nation. We do not consider ourselves a Christian nation. The United States has been enriched by Muslim Americans. Since our founding, American Muslims have enriched the United States. Islam has always been a part of America's story. There is a mosque in every state in our union and over 1,200 mosques within our borders. Let there be no doubt, Islam is a part of America.
This is just fresh in mind.
Everybody forgot that, huh? See, everybody, I remember that. I remember his words.
Me too.
Can I just pull something up real quick just to go back to the shooting thing?
Are you capable of it?
I guess you gotta watch how you say that. I don't know if everybody's seen this video. I know we all saw the grainy video of the guy running by, but here's like a really crisp video of it. I don't know if this was. I think this was done by AI to clean it up.
Oh yeah, I see. Oh, cool. I want to see it cleaned up.
Yeah, this is cleaned up. Watch how fast this son of a gun runs in here. Right, George? Look at this, George. Look up.
Watching, yep. Oh, he was fast.
I mean, yeah, and I know that I know like there's some people talk about the security guys and this and that. The guy should never been able to run through this place for 1 second again, real quick. They were quick. They were quick. I mean, they were quick on him. You know, they got to react. They were quick on him. But what's weird is the whole situation. How this guy came from the freaking hotel room. And
he knocked down the thing.
Yeah.
But the whole thing is that they said shots were fired. The Secret Service didn't shoot anybody because there were other Secret Service in front of where he was running to. So everybody's saying, how come they didn't shoot him? They have that. You know, they're trained that if they see fellow officers and stuff like that, is not to shoot to protect the other officers because they'll eventually get them. So.
I just since I brought up some of these protesters, I want to show you this real quick too. I mean, this is unbelievable. This is what these protesters were holding up, and again, they're in masks. Look at the masks on them, right? Mm-hmm. Death to tyrant, right? Here's another picture here. Death to all of them. Who's Wendy Williams they're talking about? I don't know who that is.
Oh, that's the black lady that passed out on air. I know who she is.
Oh, is that the lady that was on the news? Wendy Williams?
If it's the same Wendy that I'm thinking of, she used to have a show. She was a black lady.
Yeah.
And she dressed up like the Statue of Liberty for Halloween and passed out live on air.
Yeah.
And now she's like handicapped in a wheelchair and kind of crazy. Yeah. That's the same Wendy Williams.
Mm. And then what's this up top here? Yes, they deserve to die. And I don't know what the heck that even is there either. But they all look the same. They all look like they look like they're lost. I mean, these are if you look at these, like this one right here, if you can see my mouse here over the thing to the right with the shorts on, and you look, they all look like they stayed in their they lived at their parents' house forever, and they all stayed in their bedroom, or they all stayed downstairs and were on gaming channels or whatever for forever. That's what they look like.
There was one of the ladies that showed up for the correspondence dinner in a full mask.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
They should double check her at security. I would.
They should have checked her for brains.
Did you hear? That what Carrie Lake said when she walked out with Jake Tapper, how she attacked him, kind of. That was great. Kind of like he's responsible for the rhetoric.
Yeah, they all are. They're all responsible for it. They're the ones that have been spewing it for 10 years and created TDS. Nobody hated Donald Trump until he started running for office, and the mainstream media picked up on it and went full bore on him with the hate speech and the rhetoric and MAGA. We're all racist and everything. They just did it because he's a threat to their power, the whole power system on the left, and that's really a damn shame. But George has got a good clip up here about St. Peter's, and I seen this too. And
I saw that. Yeah.
I was not happy. These people should just be.
And before you play it, wasn't the Pope just in Africa trying to like bow down to the?
Yeah, they said we should accept them. They put a prayer room in St. Peter's Square, in not the square, but inside St. Francis, the St. Francis Chapel or St. Anthony's Chapel. One of the chapels, they put prayer room in there, so they have a place to pray when they visit. They shouldn't be allowed in the fucking place.
No. What if that's your religion and you fully believe that's the tenet of your faith? Why are you allowing a competing faith in your sacred spaces? That's just crazy.
Oh yeah, look at this. It's a facility. Good job, folks.
Remember the Muslim that went up and peed on?
But you're not even allowed to walk up there. But before, the Pietà has the what do you call it?
And where was this at, George?
St. Peter's Church, the Basilica.
Mm-hmm.
So let's flip this around for a second, right? Let's say this was at some big mosque, and it was a Catholic white guy, right? Let's say a Catholic white guy went up and did something similar. This clip, this clip has not been on mainstream media at all. I didn't think Fox even showed it, but that's or Newsmax or Fox even probably showed it. But my point is, flip the script, make him a white Catholic guy going into a mosque and doing something like that. It would be on mainstream media everywhere about people being Islamophobic.
Yeah,
and you know, it would be everywhere.
Yeah,
that's what we're up against a lot.
Yeah, remember the guy that threw a piece of bacon in Florida at the Muslim and ended up getting arrested for a hate crime or something like that? And then there was a Muslim that went and peed on the altar at St. Peter's too. Remember, we showed that clip last year. He went right up there and urinated all over the thing. And they don't do a damn thing. And if the Pope was a true Catholic, he wouldn't allow that in the church whatsoever because you believe in your tenet of faith. You're not supposed to believe in another religion, let alone make way for another religion inside your sacred spaces. I know I've said that before, but
he wouldn't have a prayer room for Baptists.
Nope. No. But we're supposed to bow down to Islam? I don't think so. I don't think so.
Well, I'm going to say something. I want to talk about St. Peter's Square. When the original St. Peter's Square was done and everything else, all the Jewish statues had horns on them. All right, and they eventually removed them, but because of the thing about when the silver was given. And the Jewish people voted to crucify Christ and everything else. That was the thing about them being part of the evilness that's who persecuted Christ, was the Jewish people. And the Italians used to have a saying in Italy was Mazza Cristo, which meant the crucifixion of Christ. When you saw a Jewish person or somebody like that, you say, oh, he's a Mazza Cristo. That means you didn't say he was Jewish, you would say that he persecuted Christ. That was the saying how it was. And in Rome, they have one of the biggest synagogues in Rome because they were, like I told you that story about my father with the farmers and stuff. That they have Jewish Italians, and that's how they identified my father between them and them because they made them drop their pants. They were circumcised, my father wasn't, and the Nazis shot him on both sides of my father.
Wow.
So. Because then I suffered.
But George, the funny thing is you said that the Italians have a saying. Italians have a lot of sayings.
Yeah. Yeah, I know we have a lot of sayings.
You know what, George? That's a good idea for a book, the Italian saying book.
I could do that, yeah. I got a lot of them.
That's what I'm saying. You should just make a book with it. That would be good.
I think that people telling me I should write a book with everything I want. That's what I've seen. But one day I'll share them all. I will share them all. The funny things that I saw, unbelievable. But
that's crazy to go into the church like that and desecrate something.
They should not be allowed in there. I don't give a fuck about anybody. Islamophobic and everything else. But you know what happened? The Pope because the Pope said that. Oh, we should be friends with Islam. Oh, let's let them in. They're okay. The Pope said it's okay. It's all right. The Pope gave the blessing. So now they come in, and they're going to come in all the time, do something.
Mm-hmm.
And they're in Italy, and they're not going to do anything. Italy had when I went to school in Italy when I was a kid. Every class by the blackboard had the crucifix on it.
Mm-hmm.
Every classroom that was there. And then what they did is the migrants came in, which were Muslims, but the migrants came in, and they would start to complain that the cross was upsetting them.
Yeah, it was offensive.
And then what the Italians did, they took them off.
Mm-hmm. I remember that.
They said, "Fuck you! Don't go to my class." You got and the whole thing is over here now in America.
Was that like in the 70s, or is that
what about?
I remember recently them taking the crucifixes down in the Catholic schools because they were taking there were non-Catholics going to Catholic school, and they said it was offensive. But you know who I would want for Pope besides Leo? Father Guido Sarducci. I would have.
Yeah, I like Guido.
He'd probably be a better Pope.
Yes, he would be a better Pope.
When that was going on, was that in the 70s where they started going?
No. It was in the 90s. It happened.
All right.
After the European Union, when they started taking all the migrants, it didn't happen before that because everything when they signed, you have no idea what that policy entailed with what they all agreed upon because of the money currency. And the ones that did it, believe it or not, that created the European Union was Germany and the England banking system. That's what.
Because I was talking with my neighbors yesterday. We were talking about in Europe. He was talking about Germany too, but I thought he said something about Italy. And I thought it was in the 70s or the 80s. And I thought he said 70s, where they migrated a bunch of Muslims into Germany, and maybe they were from Turkey. I forget where he was saying, but pretty much that was a failed experiment. Then they all came in. They refused to really work. They wanted to live off of welfare type of situations, and they wouldn't assimilate. They wouldn't assimilate to the country at all, and they saw it was a failed experiment decades ago. But then they want to return to it and import more in. I just don't get I don't get where this mindset is for all this.
Well, what happened was many years ago, during World War II, before World War II, all of the northern part of Africa was owned by Italy. That was their property. That was their land. Libya, all that stuff was all their land. They owned all that. Then you had England own the other countries like the Iran, Iraq, and all that other stuff and everything else. But that was the whole thing. Then what they did in this, like you said, in the 70s, a little by little, they started taking boats from Northern Africa to Italy. I never forget, I was a kid with my father. I was dressed up in my Boy Scout uniform because I was going to see the Pope, and which I did with my uncle. And anyway, so I'm there. I'm talking to my father, right? And all of a sudden, this black woman comes by and speaks Italian like you wouldn't believe. So after she left, I said, like, what the fuck's up with that? I said, I never a black person speaking pure Italian, and never thought of that. He said, and then he explained to me about all of that.
Of Northern Africa.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a good clip that goes with what you're talking about the European Union and everything. It's very short.
Wait, before you go to that clip, is there any truth that George's uncle he speaks of is Father Guido Sarducci?
Believe it or not, but my uncle worked for that's the reason why we got an audience with the Pope, because my uncle worked for the secret police in Italy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he got us up to the top part of the steeple there, where he would go, put your ear on one side of the wall, and he would go all the way to the other side, and say something, and you could hear right through the whole thing. It was all like,
yeah. Oh, you're talking about the cat rap up in the dome. Yeah, I got a story about that. But here's that clip.
Did you flash that?
Isn't that when you see it like that, it's like holy.
Looked like a sand jar, like the timer would just come through.
Yeah,
that was a very. I thought that was a very good representation of an invasion rather than migration.
Now the whole thing is, we could go back to how this all started, was with the New World Order, because they wanted the destruction of all the powers of to be in the European countries and stuff. So that was the main plan, and it started. And I said this before. In 1993, we had the bombing of the World Trade Center, right? 1994, the European Union was created, right? And the bombing in 1993 was done by Muslims. Islamic terrorists.
The Sheikh with the one eye in 93.
Yeah. And I think Obama wanted him free and all that shit. But that's beside the point. But anyway, so now 1994, they all got together, all the European countries, 31 of them, and decided to have one union. And that was the fall of Europe. Because now you saw England, every town in England has got a Muslim mayor. The number one name in England is Muhammad. What does that tell you? And the people are starting.
Tells you things have changed.
Yeah, and the things are right. People are rising up and communicating on the internet, and the English people are getting arrested. The cops are going to them, not to the Muslim people at all. They can't. They're not. They got red line districts. They're not even allowed into. Yeah. Same thing with France. Macaroni there, button his guy there, whatever it's the wife. So I'm just saying.
Well, what you're saying is true, because even in England, remember, everything was fish and chips. Now you're getting lamb kebabs and
right.
Crap like that.
Fish and chips. When you think of England, that was a
Remember? Do you remember Arthur Treacher's fish and chips? That might have been before your time.
Yeah, no, I remember at the green building with a little sign. It was
and the malt vinegar for your fish and chips.
Yeah, I never liked the malt vinegar.
Oh, I do. It stinks everybody out.
I kidding. Malt vinegar. I don't care.
That and tartar sauce on my French fries instead of ketchup.
Tartar sauce I'll accept, but what do you call it?
I'll accept. Yeah, well, you don't accept pineapple on your pizza though. That's a big.
Tricks. I got a little. Again, I like to throw a little baseball video in here once in a while. This was like 50 years ago yesterday at Dodger Stadium when two protesters took to the field to burn an American flag, and.
I thought you were going to say it was
the baseball
player. Monday ran and
that's it.
I think this is so cool. I got it up there. I just want to show you. I think this was so
great. I remember this. This was great.
I'm sorry, I get that pulled out there.
I'm not sure what he's doing out there. It looks like he's going to burn a flag.
Hey.
Takes it away from him. And so Monday, I think a guy was going to set fire to the American flag. Can you imagine that? Well, they better lose him in a hurry. And Monday...
Look at the patriotism there. Look at it.
Yep.
See that?
And took the flag away from him.
Rick Monday, great play.
All right.
That's awesome.
Rick Monday, great play. Monday did that on a Saturday, I think.
Yeah, you can't sing that song Monday.
Yeah. Yeah, that was great. Yeah. And like George, you just said, look at the patriotism there. And
it's the same thing at the 9/12.
Idiots doing that 50 years ago. So
I thought it was going to be the kissing bandit that you played from baseball. Remember her?
I saw that. I saw that yesterday. I said, "Oh, I got to bring this up because I know how big of a baseball fan you are." And
oh yeah,
I thought this was great. This was a great connection to our show.
Yeah. No, we're talking about the Muslims, but here's the Democratic plan for the United States.
Plan to entrench single-party rule, explained in under 2 minutes. 1. Flood the country with untold millions of illegals by land, sea, and air from all over the world, enough to eclipse the populations of 36 individual U.S. states so far. 2. Prioritize the needs of these millions of non-citizens over the needs of the American citizen, with free flights, buses, hotels, meals, and phones, ensuring their loyalty to the political party that imported them. 3. Keep them in the country at all costs, even when they commit violent crime like murder and rape. Attack the language used to describe the criminals, as opposed to the criminals themselves. Slander critics as racist. 4. Ensure their privileges are made irrevocable with city and state sanctuary laws that act as population magnets. Codify permanent status and ensure non-cooperation with ICE. 5. Count the non-citizens in the census that will determine congressional apportionment in the House of Representatives. As of now, that would equal 13 extra congressional districts, a tremendous amount of electoral power. 6. Wage a massive, heavily funded lawfare campaign to change state voting laws that legalize mass mail-in ballots, no signature verification, and no proof of citizenship requirements, making it nearly impossible to prove voter fraud. 7. Lock in the permanent voting majority with campaign promises of lavish benefits and permanent privileges, enshrining generational fealty to the Democrat Party. 8. Win elections. 9. Entrenched single-party rule has been achieved. The best part? Your tax dollars are paying for it.
Now, it cost us. They're saying the numbers of the illegals that came here across the border is close to almost 100 million.
Oh,
and it's costing taxpayers $150 billion a year to supply these illegals.
Not just taxpayers, George. Not just taxpayers. They're a drain on everything. I mean, you look at rents, right? When you got more people looking for renting houses.
Well, now the numbers are getting improved because they've been taking them out. They've been sending it back. They've been giving them money to go back to their country and everything else. A lot of people took it. I don't know what the number is about them getting out. But the whole thing is, and what is amazing is how, the Democrats are smart, but the Muslims are smarter because what they're doing, the Muslims are using the Democrats, but the Democrats think they're using the Muslims to destroy this country, and it's the other way around. And what they're going to eventually do, and if Islam, it ain't going to happen here, I'll tell you right now, because from what I hear in the streets, it's going to be a bloody mess. That's all I can tell you. But the thing is that you have the people here that are not going to sit back. I mean, I don't know. They had a clip. Shit, I should have wrote it down. How many guns in the United States? I'm talking about that, not millions, close to billions in America.
Oh, sure.
You have people here. You have people down here. I mean, you have to register your gun, but there's a lot of people that have guns that aren't registered. There's a few that I did not register. I can tell you right there. FBI say hello. Here I am. I'm just telling you. Because when I was up in New York, when I used to do escorts for the limos, and everything else, you packed, you got more money per hourly. But they were in. I bought that out of a trunk of a car.
Yeah. Well, hey, talking about the rhetoric, I just pulled up a clip. This, we all know who Ted Lieu is, right? He's a.
Oh, I saw this one. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, this is him talking about Trump, and Ted Lieu represents the district that this assassin or attempted assassin is from. And
he's a Chinese spy. Okay.
I think there's something going on with him. But listen to this. Talk about the rhetoric.
Donald Trump is in the Epstein files thousands and thousands of times. In those files, there's highly disturbing allegations of Donald Trump raping children, of Donald Trump threatening to kill children. Donald Trump is.
Now, how about that? That's.
Now, and they're allowed to say that because they're not liable for it.
Yeah. Now, the other thing.
It's Smith Act. That's what it is.
Yep. The other thing is his accent. Does he sound like he was born here? I don't know if he was born here.
I don't know. I'm going to check him out.
Yeah.
What's his name again? You
mean Lieu.
Lieu. Yeah. Don't spell it like it sounds.
What's his first name?
Ted. He was a friend of Ed Buck and Adam Schiff, so he runs around in the same circles as those little pervs.
Yep.
L-U-I? What is it? L-U-I?
L-I-E-U.
Yeah.
L-I-E-U?
Yeah.
You You fucking go.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll tell him. I tell him.
Augie, stop. Oh my God. Yeah. You talk about that, we're talking about kind of a rhino kind of thing. Did you guys know Cornyn, when he was running the last time, ran a whole campaign that he was for illegal?
Oh, he was born in Taiwan. He was born in Taiwan. Taiwan.
Oh, he's not Chinese, but
very close. Very close. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man, his name ain't Ted. It's just like the Indians you talk to on call service centers. Their name really isn't like John or anything like that either. It's some holy shit or something.
Oh, yeah.
That's what his wife's name is.
My name's Joe. Yeah, sure it is.
That's what his name is. His wife's name.
What?
Betty Lou.
Betty Lou.
Denise says we have one in Portland, Somalian, who does not speak English at all. So there's a representative that doesn't speak English at all. That's unbelievable. How do you even get? How does that even happen in America? Like that's just.
Well,
talk about assimilate. If you can't speak language, you're not assimilating at all.
No. Look at this. When he was running for office the last time, he put this commercial out. He should never be allowed in.
Uno al otro, Texas tiene una mano tranquila y firme cuidándonos. El senador John Cornyn. El senador Cornyn ha luchado para detener el tráfico sexual, especialmente a lo largo de la frontera. Él apoya la reforma policial. Y mientras el senador Cornyn está a favor de fronteras seguras, él apoya firmemente la legalización de los Dreamers.
I'm John Cornyn, and I approve this.
Why did they let him do that? Why did the GOP allow that?
He should have said. He should have said at the end, "Me llamo Juan Cornyn, and I approve of this message."
The thing is, they're allowed to. They let them go because they hear it's votes. That's what the problem is.
Yeah.
The guy that's in charge of the Republican Party, and I know this guy too. I hate to say it, but what the fuck is going on? You're losing seats like crazy here, and you think well. You want to go around and say what you got to say. This is not good. You go to these meetings and people, it's great to get MAGA candidates. There's plenty of guys, but there's certain people that when the opponent is a Democrat and the Democrats are going to put a lot of money into every fucking state so they get control. They're going to do it down here in Florida too. They're going to dump someone, and you got to have a candidate that's got a lot of money. You got a guy. This guy Bobby Williams. He's a farmer, owns a lot of land, but he's got a thing about migrants. Everybody's got something negative about them. So it just gets me. And I'm going to get every one of the candidates if they want to come on. Doesn't matter. I'm not going to. My favorite is Byron, but I want to get Byron on. I'm going to give this option for Bobby Williams to come on and he can say his stuff, and Joe Collins, the veteran, the lieutenant governor. We should give more. Whoever wants to come on, to make it fair. We're not,
Yeah, we have to be careful with that because of the election rules. You have to give them, whoever comes on has to be given equal airtime with.
Yes, I know the rule there.
I know. I'm just explaining in case somebody else doesn't know. That's all.
No,
I know.
We give all the same amount of time. We tell them a half hour. That's it. And I said everybody can spill this.
Can we listen to a half hour of a Democrat? I don't know.
What? No Democrats. We can't.
But if you give a half hour to Republican, you have to give a half hour to an independent or a Democrat. And I don't think our audience would want to hear a half hour of a Democrat puking all over.
Just for the record, state that you give everybody equal time.
Hold on a minute. Hold on. Hello, Jolly? Yeah, you're a Democrat, right? Yep. So you want to come on the show? It's like more to the right. No, you don't want to. I just asked him. What? I just asked Jolly if he wants to come on. He said no. He's a Democrat.
I thought you were fooling around.
No, I just called him up.
Oh, okay.
So on the show now. It's proof. We don't want to be on.
Your nose is getting bigger.
You want me to lie?
No, I don't want you to lie.
That's funny, George. You're a funny guy. You're a fun guy.
That's right.
You're a fun guy.
You want to see a fun guy?
I don't think about it.
You know what? He's a fungi. What isn't fungi mold?
Yeah, fungi. Yep.
I think so. Yeah.
Fungi. That's why I used to call the mushroom.
Half of these fucking Democrats got fungi in there.
Yeah, look at this is a
gay people affordably get around in New York if you're elected. Also, have you ever jumped the turnstile?
No. Period. Gay people will afford New York City because what we're going to do at the core of every single proposal is to make the city affordable, whether it's in housing, freezing the rent, public transit, making buses fast and free, or with universal childcare. There are too many queer families that think that when they have a kid in New York City, that means they have to leave to the suburbs or go to Long Island.
Talk about clowns. That's what
The best one is he's a Muslim in faith. But they're allowed to lie and accommodate for them to lie to keep in power. So they're allowed to say whatever they want. But they're not the gay things. I know if they go to Iran or something, they learn how to fly.
So George, you're saying the Muslims have their own Smith-Munn Act?
Yep. Oh yeah, they do. It's in the Quran. It's in the Quran. I got the chapter and everything right here. Look, see.
Good point there, Sean.
Yeah, they got their own Smith-Munn Act. So hey, bringing up from the start of the show, obviously the attempted shooting of Trump with this guy. A lot of people forget about this guy.
Hey, I'm not bullshitting.
I know you have it, George. A lot of people forget about this guy that just pull this up for a second, Trick. Remember, this guy was shot and killed jumping over the wall at Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah.
People don't even talk about him.
No, it's quiet.
What was his background? You know, is he another one that was?
Yeah, he's a Democrat.
By
wanted to be a transgender. The whole thing.
By politicians and by the media, right? So no one talks about him.
They got him frothing at the mouth and rabid now. There's all these.
Do you hear anything about Butler, the guy from Butler, that they bleached the whole place, burned the body right away, so they can't find anything with him and everything else? So
the guy from Butler.
Yeah, the guy that
Butler. It sounded like he said Bubba.
Yeah, well, he is a Bubba now.
Yeah,
he's all that shit. They cooked him
the blood right off the roof right away. Right.
Yeah, but they cooked him right away. 3 days in the investigation, they cooked him.
Who else did they do that to? There's a lot of people they did that to. Did they do that to what's her name from January 6th? Oh, you're gonna kill me, Ashley Babbitt. Didn't they cremate her too, and she wasn't supposed to be?
Yeah. Well, she didn't get military rights either.
Yeah,
they got it back now. Trump got it back for her.
They always seem to mistakenly do that when they're trying to cover something.
I called up the mother. I haven't talked to her.
George, there's another guy running for something. Did you see? Was it Sarasota Democrats put a post up about Dorn or something?
Oh, the plate. Yeah, we can't find him. I'm trying to find this guy.
Yeah,
we're gonna put the horns right up his ass.
Yep, but here's a guy here too who's running. Here's a guy who's running for Congress in Florida. What's Florida 16? Do you know where that is?
No, I don't remember.
I mean, there's probably so many things. Look at this. Look at this asshole. Not only does he have not only is he all anti-Trump, he's got a hat that he wears 8647.
Yeah, and he also has the plate.
Yeah. And a plate on his car. I would love. I mean, I would love to see
about this guy.
Maybe some chickens drop some eggs on his car.
Hold on, Davis. Mark Davis. Okay, I'll check him out. No problem.
Yeah.
FL.
Mark Davis for Congress.
See, now the whole thing is
what a whack job.
Like what I'm saying is like all these people said that Trump is this, Trump is that. If you said that about Biden, you go to jail. They're not doing nothing with these people. They're not doing anything at all. Even a congressman, they should arrest them.
Patty M said Florida 16 is near Clearwater.
Okay, I'm with him. I'm not that far either. We'll maybe take a little ride by his house. I bet he's in a gated community.
Oh, he's got something. He's probably got something where he's protected. Act like a
No, he's most definitely in a gated community.
Just put stuff like that. Like if you have a problem with whatever, like a policy, right? Like if you want to say, if you honestly believe everybody should be welcome in the country, then state it so people can vote accordingly. Don't sit there and be 86-47. What the hell is that? I mean, he's just looking for the anti-Trump people to love him and jump on board with him.
Oh, well, I don't know if that'll take St. Petersburg 16. I got to find out because 16 is all. I'm talking about St. Petersburg is all to the left. You couldn't find any left. There's so much left they can walk right into the water. That's how left they are.
Let's see.
Anyway,
Florida District 16 representative. Let's see who's a representative there. Vern Burkane represents Florida's 16th congressional. So Florida is rated R+7 apparently. It covers parts of Manatee and Hillsborough counties, including areas such as Port Charlotte and Port St. Lucie. And this Vern Burchane's a Republican.
Port St. Louis, that's across the other side. I'm surprised. Is that another candidate? You're talking about the same guy that said 86?
No. Vern Burchane is the representative that's in Florida 16 now. Red Ginger wants to know if that's for state or office. This is apparently for
the state. It's
for Congress, Red.
Yeah, Congress, yeah.
It's not for the state.
Not for the state.
Apparently that district has a Republican in there now, and it looks like, according to govtracks.us, it's a R+7 district, and Vern Burchane, which I never heard of the gentleman, is the current congressman in that district.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, it's 1 after 10, and Mikey Schwartz is back. So I think we're going to raid Schwartz. I'm assuming. Yeah, Red will do her magic, and thank you, Red, for moderating our group. Although you don't have any trolls lately, but thank you for the raids that you do.
They're afraid.
Yeah, welcome back, Red. You were going just as long as Mike Schwartz was.
I know. I had to zap a troll too while she was gone, so it was a learning experience for me.
Look at you, zapper.
Yeah. So we're gonna go out with the song Pastor Jack wrote for us. How's that?
Oh.
Is that acceptable, George? Can we do that?
What do
George, a thumbs up or a thumbs down, George?
You do whatever you want. You're controlling. Whatever. If I would have said no, you would do it anyway.
Do it like Roman times, George. Like you're up in the box. Give it
a
thumbs up or a thumbs down.
I gotta get that rope.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait.
You hear the tornado siren? They're practicing already. Yeah. All right. Okay. Well, we're gonna play the music. We'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow's Tuesday. We'll be back tomorrow, and hopefully everybody.
We gotta call that kid up again.
Yeah, he didn't answer me Friday.
What kid? What kid?
Braden Sorbo. Sam and Kevin Sorbo's kid. He didn't answer me. So anyways, here we're going to go out with this. Thumbs up on the way out.
Don't forget to thumbs up, everybody.
Frank's having trouble with the link, she said.
Well, that's all right, Rod. If you can put the link in for
if you've grown weary of hearing white folks are bad and they're abusing the blacks and browns,
you want to
if you're tired of listening to the media lies, it's time to wake up, patriot, and open others' eyes. Wake up, patriots, and grab your guns. Stand our ground, let's have some fun. It's time to remove the crazies, hopped up on crack. It's time to all stand up and take our nation back.